That's how I feel about emotional attachments, man. Even the healthy emotional attachment, man. It's the healthiest of the other attachments, but in my opinion, it's still bad because it'll still break you down as a man if you're not careful, man. What's going on, everybody? This your man, Lucky. I'm back, man. I'm back with another one. In this video, I'm going to be talking about emotional attachments and why, in my opinion, all emotional attachments are bad. The more time you spend with a woman, the harder it is for you to remain in your masculine, in my opinion, whether it's considered a healthy attachment or unhealthy attachment. Of course, unhealthy attachments, right? Yeah, definitely those are bad. They're unhealthy. But even a healthy attachment, in my opinion, is not good, especially if you're the one that is attached, if you're the one that has the emotional attachment. Now, look, it's great to have the woman attached to you, but for you to be attached to the woman in any sort, even a healthy attachment, in my opinion, is not good, guys. When you are attached to a, you know what? I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break it down like this. So for me, guys, right, I put relationships, like how I deal with people, into like 3 different categories, right? Just like you have people that are in different categories, right? You got the lower class, you got middle class, and you have upper class, right? So this is how I basically classify my relationships that I have with people, right? First of all, connections, right? So a connection is the type of relationship that I have with, like, maybe a neighbor, a co-worker, you know, or even a friend, you know, maybe a classmate, a schoolmate, somebody I went to school with, right? We're connected in some way, shape, or form. If it's a neighbor, we're connected simply because we live in the same neighborhood. We might live on the same street, and so therefore we have some type of connection, and that's pretty much how we know each other and why we deal with each other, right? A co-worker, again, we work for the same company. We might work on the same floor, on the same team, in the same department. And so, you know, we just have a connection due to the fact that we work together and we have to, you know, coexist at work, right? Or even a friend, a schoolmate, a classmate, you know, we were in the same class. So, you know, we kind of have a connection because we went to the same school, we were in the same class, the same graduating class, whatever the case may be, right? So that's kind of like the lowest level for me when it comes to relationships, right? We just have a connection, you know what I mean? The next level now, taking it a step up from connection, is a bond, right? So a bond is like the way I relate to, or the connection that I have, or how I relate to a family member, right? We may have grown up together, brother or sister, right? We have that bond because of all of the time that we spent. Bonds are built over time. So we spent plenty of time together. We had a lot of memorable moments together and things like that, right? A close friend, somebody, again, it could have been a classmate who we lived on the same street in the same neighborhood, and we basically grew up together. We spent the summers together, laughed and had a good time, grew up, went through some tough times as kids and stuff like that. You know, maybe, you know, as boys, we fight, then we good one year, the next year we ain't good or whatever, like, you know, go through the growing pains and stuff like that, right? You over time, you create a bond with that person. Even when it comes to somebody that you're, you know, intimate with, right? You can have a bond, guys, with someone that you're intimate with, right? Again, spend time together, and then you've bonded through, you know what I'm saying, the intimate process or whatever, right? And you've created a bond, right? You care for that person. You have a genuine care for that person, and that's fine. You know, that's the next level right there. That's the second level. So first was connections, and then bonds. Guys, listen. After a bond, in my opinion, right, that's really as far as it should go, you know, but a lot of times it goes further and that bond becomes an attachment. Now, look, guys, this is how I see it, okay? This is my version. This is how I break down my relationships with people, okay? So again, next you have attachments, guys. And I understand when you talk about attachments, you know, there's talk of healthy attachment versus unhealthy attachments. But I'm going to break down why I believe that even the attachment that's considered healthy is still bad, right? So look, guys, when it comes to attachments, right, typically they're broken down into 4 styles. If you've never heard of them, they have what's known as attachment styles. These attachment styles determine how you behave in any type of relationship, right? From a basic friendship to a romantic relationship, like I broke down earlier, right? The 4 type of attachment styles are secure, avoidant, anxious, and disorganized. I'm not going to get all deep into it, right? But I am going to say this. The type of attachment style that is considered healthy is known as the secure attachment style, okay? That is the attachment style that is known as healthy. So, guys, this is my issue with this particular attachment style or any attachment, period. Okay, let's get into it, man. So the healthy attachment style, right? Like I said, which is considered the secure attachment, right? I looked it up, I Googled it, right? And this is what I got. A secure attachment style, right, is one of the 4 attachment styles that can affect relationships, right? Okay, people with a secure attachment style are often comfortable with closeness and intimacy and can communicate their needs and feelings in a relationship. They are also usually warm and loving and tend to trust their partners. Secure people tend to be happier in relationships. Now, notice it says secure people. Secure people tend to be happier in relationships and feel safe and stable and more satisfied in their close relationships. Now, mind you, when it says secure people. There's nothing wrong with being a secure person, but this secure attachment style, again, is what I have a problem with. So I'm gonna break those down, right? First, comfort and closeness. Look, guys, attachments are built over time. The closer you are to a person and the more time you spend with them, the more attached you will become. Now, as a masculine man, you already know, or you should know. If you don't know, I'm going to let you know now. The more time you spend with a woman, the harder it is for you to remain in your masculine. It's just, it is what it is. Any man that is, married in a long-term relationship or whatever and lives with the woman, it is much harder for him to maintain, his level of masculinity, especially when a lot of guys do this. Stop hanging out with your friends. Stop doing masculine things. You're not going to the gym like you're supposed to. You're not out here grinding like you're supposed to. You're not on your purpose like you're supposed to. Your purpose, you know what I'm saying? The woman becomes your purpose. And so everything now that you're doing is based on the woman. It's not based on you focusing on your purpose. So these are the things that come along with this closeness, this comfortable and closeness feeling that is in this secure or healthy attachment. Now, is it good for a relationship overall? I guess, but it's not good for a man, okay? It's not good for you as a man. This is when men start to, like I said, lose their masculinity and oh man, how can I put it? Start to weaken. I'll put it like that. This secure attachment or this healthy attachment is where men begin to lose that masculine edge. They want to be close to the woman. They're comfortable with spending time with the woman all the time. Not doing the things that they're supposed to do that will keep them in their full masculinity. Okay, guys? This is the issue that I have, okay, based on the definition. Next, guys, communicate needs and feelings. Now, communication is key. Communicating your needs and your feelings is very important. However, when you're in this weakened state, you begin to communicate your needs and your feelings in a different way. You understand what I'm saying? You begin to get soft And so you're communicating in a soft way. You're expressing your feelings in a soft way. You know what I mean? Listen, we're men. We have feelings. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that as a man, you don't have feelings. And as a man, we're not. I'm not going to say that. But there's a way that you do things, guys. Okay? So communicating the needs and the feelings when you're in a weakened state is not good. Next, guys, one of the things it says about this secure or this healthy attachment is loving. Now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with love, but what happens is as men, we don't understand that love is a one-way street. I keep trying to explain this. It's a one-way street. Love is about how you feel about her. Guys, when she tells you she loves you, it's just words. You can't feel her love. See, what happens is you want to be loved so bad that you're going to interpret the things that she does as love simply because you love her and you want that loving feeling back. Matter of fact, man, some guys want love so bad that the woman is doing things that clearly shows him that she does not love him, but he still interprets it as love because he wants love so bad. Guys, do not chase love. Please, I'm telling you, do not chase love, man. And a lot of y'all the ones who do chase love, you're looking for love in all of the wrong places and all of the wrong people. You got to look for love within yourself. But again, you're looking for love in this particular woman. You just want that woman to love you as much as you love her. Guys, love is dangerous. I'm telling you right now. But again, this is what this healthy or this secure attachment style requires. Okay. Next, guys, another thing that the definition said is that in this healthy or this secure attachment style, you tend to trust your partners. I'm not even gonna get any further on this one, guys. Y'all know what it's like, man. Trust, man. Listen, man. I'm not saying you gotta be out here accusatory. Is that even a word? Like pointing a finger and saying you're doing this and you're doing that and blah, blah, blah. But guys, come on. How many of us have been in a situation, right? We've been in a situation so long, we just let our guard down and we trust that everything is going good. We trust that she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. We just trust. And then boom. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all been there before. Oh, none of y'all ain't never been there. Okay, well, I've been there before. You understand what I'm saying? Guys, I mean, when it comes to trust, man, you got to be careful, man. Listen, this is what you do, man. Don't trust their words, trust their actions. When they telling you that they love you, don't trust what they're telling you. Look at their actions. And even their actions. A woman can do something to you, for you, with you, and it doesn't mean that she loves you. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if she feels a certain way about you, yeah, there are probably more things that she is going to do for you. But then, man, sometimes, man, when somebody know the game, they just know, yo, this is what I got to do to get what I got to get. You know what I'm saying? That actual feeling may not even be there. They just know this is what I got to do to get what I'm trying to get. So I'm just going to do it. And you're going to interpret it as, oh, wow, she loves me. Nah, you don't do that. You interpret it as, okay, this is what she's doing. And that's that. Don't look for the feeling behind it. Just look at the action and say, okay, if that's the action that I need done and she's doing it, okay, she's doing it. And that's it. Now, oh, she loves me. That's why. Nah, man. You know what I mean? Next, guys, last but not least, man, feel safe. Okay. That's one of the things about this secure or this healthy attachment is it makes you feel safe. How many of y'all felt safe until? When you feel safe, what happens? What do? You let your guard down. Am I right or wrong? When you're in an unsafe situation, when you feel like you're in a situation where it's unsafe, what do? You on guard, you on point, you looking around, you checking out the scene, you constantly scanning, seeing what's going on. Am I right or wrong? But when you feel safe, what do? You sit back and relax. You lay back, you chilling. And guys, it's just not a good thing, right? So, man, this healthy attachment, man, it just, in my opinion and in my experience, it begins to weaken you as a man. Okay, guys, this is why I think all attachments are bad. Let me break this down, right? Let's say you with a woman, right? And y'all dating, everything cool, y'all chilling and all of that, right? And there's no labels or anything like that on a relationship. Y'all just kicking it. Y'all been kicking it for 6 months to a year, right? And now you begin to say, man, you know what? I'm really feeling this woman. Man, I think I wanna marry this woman. Guys, you attached. You're attached because what you're doing. Listen, attachment really has to do with you. It has nothing to do with her. It has to do with you. If you're in a situation where you want to say, hey, I'm going to take myself off of the market, I'm going to close out all of my options, and I'm going to rely on this one person. I'm going to give everything I got to this one person. And what I want this one person to do is to take themselves off of the market and be available only to me. That's you're attached. You're attached to that person. You're basically saying, hey, look, I want you all to me. Why would you want something all to you? Let me ask you a question. When you go shopping, you're going to go buy a new pair of sneakers or something, right? And they got all these sneakers and everything on the wall. You looking up the wall, up, down, look, boom, you see a pair of sneakers that you like. You like, ooh, I want these. What do? You take it off the rack. Now you're holding it. You're looking at it from all different angles. Now you're thinking about, yo, what clothes do I have that's going to match this right here? What do? Hey, let me get this in the size such and such. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, let me get this in the size 14. I need this in the size 14, right? You're creating an attachment to that particular. You have all of these other sneakers up there on the rack that you could have chose from, but that particular sneaker, you want that sneaker. You have an attachment to that sneaker. You're going to go buy a car. You like a certain car. All the cars that are out there. When you see that Corvette come through, you like, yeah. You see that Porsche or whatever type of car you into. When you see that, you like, yeah, I want that. I want that. I want to buy that car right there. I want it in this color. Now what do? You go to the dealership. Yeah, I want that. You're attached to that car. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? You see the guys, man, I get it, man. You got a car, man, that's your prized possession. But again, that's what that attachment is. You're going to get out there, you're going to wash that car every single day. Armor roll on the rims, on the tires, right? You're going to interior every single weekend. You ain't even drive the car. The car sat in the garage the whole weekend. You drove your other car back and forth to work. But now this one, you're going to pull it out the garage, sit out there, got your music playing, you wash the car, wipe it down, armor roll it up, pull it back in the garage. It's almost like you idolize that car. You pedestalize that car. And that, in a sense, is what you're doing when you have an attachment to a woman, is you're trying to lock her down. What else could it be? If you say, I want to get into a relationship with you, I want to be your man, I want you to be my woman. Why? Because you are so attached to her, you don't want anybody else to have her. So boom, here, I want you to, you understand what I'm saying? Guys, it just is what it is. It just is what it is, man. I'm not going to act like I ain't never been attached. Yeah, I've been attached. You know what I'm saying? I've been married. So yeah, that's definitely an attachment, bro. If you sitting down and you thinking about, I think I want to marry this, you attached to that woman. That's just what it is. Now, it's not an unhealthy attachment. That would be considered a healthy attachment because it's not like you're in a toxic relationship where y'all fussing and fighting and, you know, all of this kind of stuff. You're at a good point. The relationship could be going fine, but the simple fact that you're trying to grab this woman and make her all yours, you're attached to her. You're trying to own her and pull her in and put her to the point to where nobody else can have access to her. I want her all to myself. At the end of the day, that's what it is, guys. And that's a healthy attachment. See, an unhealthy attachment is when, you know, for the guys that are in situations to where you cannot walk away. That is an unhealthy attachment. When you're in a relationship and the relationship is topsy-turvy, inside out, upside down, and all this kind of craziness, y'all fussing, fighting, arguing, and all this foolishness, and you still stay in that situation, yes, that's an unhealthy attachment. But the healthy attachment is where, everything is good. Everything is good. We kicking it. We ain't arguing. We getting along. We communicating well, and the intimacy is on, getting that apple pie and all of that. That's considered a healthy attachment. But again, it weakens you as a man. It's almost like you prioritizing that woman, right? And yeah, you're going to prioritize, right? When you prioritize, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily putting the woman before you, but you have a list of priorities. And so she's on the list. She shouldn't be ahead of you on the list, but she should be somewhere on the list, right? But when you put her as a priority over you, okay? When you put her as a priority over you, guys, you're attached, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, man. So, you know, I think it's healthy to keep the relationship to where, you know, it's a bond. Y'all have a bond, a strong, you know, bond or whatever. But when it gets to an attachment, guys, this is where, as a man, you become weak. Even if it's a healthy attachment, when you get to the point where, yo, I want to lock this woman down. This is the one that I got to have her. It's going to slowly, and then I mean, you just see, man. You see what happens, man. When God and because you'll get into to this weakened state as a man, it just slowly erodes at you. You know, you understand what I'm saying? It's hard to remain masculine. You know what I'm saying? When you in this long-term relationship, if you're not doing the things that you need to do, if you're so attached to this woman, you're not going to the gym like you're supposed to. You're not doing your hobbies, you know what I'm saying, like you're supposed to. You're not getting out and hanging out with your boys like you used to, like you're supposed to. You're not on your purpose like you're supposed to. You understand what I'm saying? You trying to get out here and grind. She want to stay home and watch Lifetime movies. So what you do? You stay home and watch Lifetime movies. No. You understand what I'm saying? This is how this healthy attachment begins to weaken you as a man, guys. So I'm not saying don't get into a relationship. I'm saying, guys, you got to, when you get it, you just have to know that you're like attached, and you got to try to detach. There's nothing wrong. You can still be in love with a woman and treat her well, treat her the way she should be treated. You know what I'm saying? If she's treating you the way you should be treated, and be emotionally detached. It doesn't mean that you don't have any emotions toward her just because you're emotionally detached. It doesn't mean that. It just means you ain't gonna become a fool for her. When you're emotionally attached to a woman, you're gonna become a fool for her. And guys, you don't do it, man. All right. If the guys that are married, man, you know, and look, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, right? Next, guys, let me talk about this though, since I'm talking about marriage, right? If you're in a relationship, right, and you're, I don't know, maybe y'all are living together, y'all been together for a long time, and the woman is like, she wants to get married. She's like, yo, what are we doing? What's going on, right? Guys, listen, if you don't want to get married, then don't do it. I'm telling you. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. Okay? I'm not going to shoot down marriage. I'm not going to say marriage is bad and all this kind of stuff. I'm not going to say that. Okay? Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's experience is going to be different, because marriage basically is two people, right? So the condition of this person when they come together is what is going to determine how that marriage goes, right? So my experience with marriage is going to be totally different than anybody else's experience with marriage, right? We may have some of the same challenges and have experienced some of the same challenges, but it's still going to be unique to each person. But I'm going to say this: if you do not want to do it, I don't care how long you've been with this woman, and if the woman is saying, well, you know, if you don't marry me, I'm going to leave, and if you let her go, it's going to hurt. Let her go. I'm gonna tell you now, because if that's manipulation, if a woman is using manipulation tactics to try to get you in a situation that you don't want to be in, you have to be very careful of that. Look, if you and the woman are together, y'all are living together, you know what I'm saying, and everything is fine, then what is the pressure? What is the need to get married? Now, I guess for a lot of women, it's security. You know what I mean? But for security of what? What makes them feel secure? Oh, because they got papers on you. they got papers on you. So that gives them the security that, oh, okay, now I got something that I can fall back on in case. You got to be careful, guys, man. I'm telling you, if it's not what you want to do, then I would not do it. And if you do want to do it, understand you have an emotional attachment, man. You have an emotional attachment, man. Unless you just one of the dudes, man, you just out here, man. I don't know, man. You got a little shorty, man. She got some money and you trying to, but I don't really want to get into that, man. You trying to secure your bag. I don't know, but, I'm just saying, man, overall, guys, if it's not a situation that you really want to be in, because you're taking all of your options off the table, you're really putting yourself, when you get into that paperwork, man, I've been there, done that. Okay. I'm saying, guys, but if you don't want to get married, man, then do not let a woman manipulate you into marrying her if it's not what you want to do. Okay, it's not good. You're gonna go into it already with some resentment because you're getting into it and you really don't want to be in it. So you're already going into it with I'm not gonna say bad intentions, but you know what I'm saying? It's already going to be scarred. It's already going to be marked because it's a situation that you just really don't want to be in. So guys, don't do it, man. If you don't want to get married, then don't get married. If she threatens to leave, man, then you gotta let her leave. Because at the end of the day, you can marry her and then 2 years later she's talking about I'm not happy and she leave anyway. Now it's going to cost you because she wants to leave. You understand what I'm saying? Because she wants to leave now because you married her, right? And now for whatever reason, 2-3 years down the line, she's not happy for whatever reason and she wants to leave. She can leave. But guess what? Guess who's going to pay? You're going to pay. It just is what it is, guys. Okay? So don't do it if you don't want to do it, guys. All right? Look, man, I'm going to cut this one short, but I just wanted to get into the reasons why for me, all attachments, man, are just, they're just not good. Okay? They're not good. And you just have to understand, you got to realize when you're some people right now are attached to someone that they're not even in love with. Do you know a lot of long-term relationships are just simply two people that are just comfortable with one another? It's not even like they're in love with each other. It's just a level of comfort. Like you're just there. The relationship isn't even based on love anymore. It's based on comfort. You understand what I'm saying? The relationship has become a habit. That's what the relationship is. It's a habit. You're comfortable with the habit of waking up next to that person, getting up, going to work. You know what I'm saying? Come home after work. They're there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talk for a little while, eat dinner, whatever. It's just a habit. A lot of you guys are in habits. You're not even in a loving relationship. You're in a habit. But again, guys, it's an attachment. You're just attached to that person. That loving feeling is not even there. You're just attached. Just over time, that bond has escalated to an attachment and you're just attached to the person. A lot of times when you can't walk away, it's not because you love them. It's not because you love them. You loved them at one point in time. And that love that you had caused that emotional attachment. But at this point, when a relationship is trash and you just can't walk away, it's because you're emotionally attached. Guys, attachments are bad, man. Whether, in my opinion, they're bad, whether it's a healthy attachment or not. The healthy attachment, it is the attachment that's going to begin to weaken you as a man. You understand what I'm saying? The healthy attachment, it's a secure attachment, right? I get it, but it begins to weaken you as a man, in my opinion, guys. So don't get attached. Listen, you build that bond, and you leave it at that, man. You know what I'm saying? You leave it at that. You're not even able to be indifferent when you're emotionally attached to a woman. You understand what I'm saying? Because you care about what's going to happen, right? If that's your wife and something happened out and about or whatever, you're going to feel some type of way. You're going to move differently than if that was just a woman that you were on a date with. You understand what I'm saying? You're emotionally attached. So your movement is different when you are emotionally attached. And as you move a woman up through the ranks, it shows you're like, in the beginning, y'all have a connection. boom, then y'all build a bond. You know what I'm saying? And then from the bond, you build an attachment. Most guys get attached after, you know what I'm saying, you get that apple pie. That's typically how it is. Honestly, that's typically how it is. You understand what I'm saying? I want to say that, well, I think it's different for men and women, but I believe like women will get attached, a woman has to be attached first, in my opinion, right? That bond has to be a strong bond or an attachment for her to give you the apple pie. You understand what I'm saying? Most guys get attached after they get the apple pie. That's just my experience. That's my experience with me. Okay, I don't know if everybody is like that, but that's been my experience. You know what I'm saying? Once the woman gets attached, and she ready to throw you that apple pie. You know what I mean? I'm just like, cool, whatever it is, what it is. Once I get that apple pie and that apple pie popping, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's just how it be. Y'all remember that movie? What is it? Coming to America? When the dude, Harlem Nights. Y'all remember that movie Harlem Nights? When he got with what's the lady name? Sunshine. And the dude called his wife, yeah, put your mother on the phone. Yeah, I ain't coming home no more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's how it be. Like, you don't even want to go home no more. You know what I'm saying? Once you get some of that good apple pie, you don't even want to go home no more. You be like, yo, you got a whole apartment. I think that's how a lot of guys, man, kind of end up living with a woman, man. You know what I'm saying? He come over, get some of that good, you know what I'm saying? And then he just don't want to go home. Now he's attached and he don't want to go home. You know what I'm saying? I think that's how a lot of guys end up. You know what I'm saying? Little by little, his clothes start coming from his place to her place. And then before you know it, he just living there. He just go to his place, you know what I'm saying, once a week for whatever, and you know, once a month to pay the rent, once a week just to check and make sure everything is still there, you know. But yeah, I think that's how most men end up living with a woman. But yeah, guys, I think that's how that attachment works. You know what I'm saying? I think a woman has to be attached to you before she give you the apple pie, and then men get attached once he gets the apple pie. But look, guys, I know I've been long on this one right here, man. But yeah, man, that's just how I feel about emotional attachments, man. Even the healthy emotional attachment, man. It's the healthiest of the other attachments, but in my opinion, it's still bad because it'll still break you down as a man if you're not careful, man. So look, guys, I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Y'all be good.